I just think you get this gift, right? This profound gift. Whatever medicine you do, you go through the trenches with some of it, right? There's usually at least some element of discomfort, because when we're facing ourselves, of course we're facing our shadows. Of course we're facing limiting beliefs. Of course there's some part of that, or even if it's a desire of this is who I want to be, there's some part that's like, but I'm not that person yet. Shit, there's a discomfort that comes up. And I think that you go through this journey and doing this work to then not get the most out of it through integration, through making sense and meaning. So it's almost like with trauma, like if we don't fully process trauma, it's like it gets stuck in our body. That stress cycle is incomplete, and then it stores as energy, hence cancer, hence, autoimmune diseases.
You're right. So the conscious mind wants to just go, I can't keep doing this. I need to get on with things. Yeah. I've got bills to pay. I've got, things to do to survive in the world. I'm going to stuff that down there.
Absolutely.
But it's like literally sweeping things under a rug. Yeah. It doesn't actually go away.
Under our skin and into our organs, where we then get sick.
It just gets old and rotten and toxic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So I just think it's like such a waste. But it's almost like when someone comes to therapy, like the negligence of like bringing something up and not processing it, integrating it, and then sending the client out to live the rest of their day with all of this unhealed trauma. Like, you've just brought it up to the surface, but then you're not going to do anything with it. So the person has to just hold that. Yeah.
Well, so what do you think are some of the flaws of just traditional therapy? Like that to me sounds like a pretty big one.
Yeah.
You stir up a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
In someone, great.
Yeah.
Because, let's get it out. Yeah. But you have to make sure you've really dealt with it, and that can be a very time-consuming process, right? Because we go back to the world, we go back to our lives. We may have changed,
absolutely,
but the world hasn't changed.
Absolutely,
the world's the same world. So you got to figure out how do you be the new you with these new lessons that you've learned when the world that you're living in that has kind of helped mold you into this thing that you're trying to change is trying to do that like crazy.
Tries to pull you back in.
Because it probably resists your change, right?
Absolutely. That's what, when I teach people communication skills, for example, and how to be assertive and, start to speak up for themselves, I'm like, expect backlash. Yeah. Don't think the world is going to adjust straight away, because it is comfortable with you as you were.
The dynamic is set.
It's so set. Yeah. Like, your partner loves that you do everything he wants you to do, that he just has to make you feel guilty and you'll do what he wants you to do. Your children love that. So they're going to give you backlash when you say, sorry, I'm not available for that anymore. Like, this doesn't feel good for me.
This isn't how it goes.
No, this isn't how it goes.
Yeah, stop that.
Yeah. So it's like, expect backlash and look at it like, this is great because I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And when you choose you over other people, love the fact you get to feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it.
Okay, so these are signs that the sign of the guilt and the negative emotions are signs that, oh no, this is it. This is what it feels like.
Yeah. Well, you think about doing anything that's unfamiliar, it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then you keep doing it, and then you keep doing it, and then it gets comfortable.
That's a great reframing, isn't it? To be able to remind you, we just have to have the foresight to remind ourselves that the negative emotion means it's working.
It's good.
It's like if you're trying to lose weight, feeling hungry, great. It means it's working.
Exactly.
That you can't do it without that.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to change emotional behaviors, guilt, whatever the emotion is, if we can remind ourselves, oh, good, it's working. Yeah. I'm doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah, well. So for some people that kind of suppress how they feel, we want them to get to a place where they can access anger. So people might be like, oh, I don't want to feel angry, or I'm at peace. For example, again, I'll just use I work a lot with relationships. So, I've got a lot of relationship analogies. Someone has an affair and the partner might want to be kind of higher, as in embody their higher self and send that person off with love and say, well, maybe we're not meant to be together any longer. Relationships come to an end. They have this beautiful philosophy around it, but they've bypassed the processing of, fuck you.
You hurt me.
You hurt me. You did something that's deeply wounded me. And you can't get to acceptance and feeling that level of love.
Going around the feeling.
By going around it, you got to go through it.
Ah, yes.
And so, often we want to elicit the very emotions that people are working so hard to suppress. Not everybody wants that. So not everybody comes and sees me.
Because it's hard.
It's hard.
Wow.